Unang elam geliang persya aga jylla Dr. Mukul sangma ula ther thinge yaka Sorkar MDA kabelakhang yaki kor internet tang sudan kinu-kinu gijingja bat ula dawaru badai ban plebiang no yaka internet Mardor haba keren shkla patha Khubor bantang sngi balang ulo ong bakani ga jinglia jong Sorkar ka pindu yaka hok jong kinong shnong bat Pynrem bahakapor bo udan hakabor ju pindu yaki hok jong ki pajba kumbalale kani ka Sorkar Uloang ba hakan ka jok meminta ke Sorkar ka diban snothu ya ka jingdon kam jong ka internet. Uloang ba kani ka jingle jong Sorkar ka pani bakam don ya ka buj kumno banyale ya kum gini ka jingja. Bad kani ka jingle kanang penthot penban ya ka jinglong jingman bad Pynrem ba ka de ka kamram jong ka Sorkar ban pen ya per ya ki briu ki ba pen khen an bad kita kinong shong shnong ki ba but ya ka an. Uloang shushu batang namar badon ki katu kani ki balala ban penmi ya ki kam pen khen an kam perkhat pat ya ki nong shnong ki babot ya ki an u Dr. Mukul ula Pynrem ya kani ka jingle jong Sorkar ban pindu ya ka hok ki pajba bat dawa bakade ban plebyang ya ka internet.
Now another important thing is that we are all responsible citizens. Well, when we talk about responsibility, we also have people, there will be black sheep. We will have to be always vigilant. Have we not run government before? Why is it that every time whenever such incident happens, there is a knee-jerk reaction from the government depriving us of our own rights, shutting down internet and crippling us from our communication? We have never done it. I had the privilege of not just being the chief minister, but also I have been the minister, then deputy chief minister in charge of home, etc. We have never resorted to this. Even when I had the privilege to lead the government as the chief minister, we never resorted to this. We never deprive our citizens from their rights. Today we know how important the connectivity is, how important internet is, how indispensable this whole communication network has become. Rather, I will say that communication network has become an integral part of each and every one of us, our life. So therefore, this only shows that this government has no wherewithal to understand and comprehend as to how to deal with this situation. And in the process, what is happening is that they are only escalating the situation. The capability of the government to segregate between the lawbreakers and the law-abiding citizen is their responsibility. Whose responsibility it is? Just because there are bound to be some elements who will obviously resort to certain amount of lawlessness. What about the law-abiding citizens? Majority of the law-abiding citizens are affected. That is not the way of dealing with this kind of crisis. Therefore, I condemn this attitude of the government for depriving the rights of the citizens, and they should immediately restore internet. They should immediately enable us to somehow carry on our daily course without being suppressed or oppressed by this kind of interventions. There are provisions under the law, but this is not a situation which demands for this. And not only this, how is it that Assam government resorts to telling the people that don't go to Meghalaya? Why don't they talk to each other? Assam and Meghalaya government, they should talk to each other and ensure that there is no chances of breakdown of law and order. I didn't see any endeavor, rather the honest effort from both the authorities, Assam and the Meghalaya counterpart. They have an easy solution: shut down the internet, make people stay indoors, nothing else. This is not the way to deal with this situation. And in the process, what is happening? There is a misinformation campaign going on, that as though this whole incident has taken place because of the hatred between different communities, which is not correct. There's no fight between the Khasis and Assamese. There's no fight between the communities of Meghalaya and the other rest of the communities on the other side of the border. But the government, both the governments are creating this perception, which is wrong. The peace and tranquility must prevail. And how to really maintain this peace and tranquility is the responsibility of the government. So I condemn the attitude of both the government. It is not the way to deal with the situation. It is only sending wrong signals and defaming the states, defaming the region to restore this name and fame and the reputation and the brand that we have built over the years. How many years it's going to take? We are being pushed behind. You see, it's very important as to what type of perception we want to create for the rest of the world. Why are we then spending so much of money to brand build the state? Because there's a reason, there's a need. But today, these irresponsible leaders don't look at the fallout of whatever action they are resorting to, just to deal with the situation. A situation which has been created by the governments themselves, not by the people. They must apologize to the people of the state, people of the region, and apologize to all the people who are affected by this inept action of the government, rather inept reaction of the government. It's not an action at all, it's a reaction. It's a knee-jerk reaction.